Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we'll be exploring the history of prosthetics and how it has developed over the years, just so we can get an understanding of where we're coming from before we see where it is that we're going into the fourth industrial revolution. The earliest known prosthesis dates as far back as ancient Egypt, and it is believed to have belonged to a mummy. That prosthesis was a toe, and it was made from wood and leather. The oldest known prosthetic leg is the copper leg, which was handcrafted by ancient Romans, and what they would use to make this leg was wood, bronze, and iron. The Middle Ages saw a discovery of the peg leg and the hook hand, although at the time the functionality was not as optimal as what we have today. For example, what we have with the peg leg that we still make at times, especially in government practice in South Africa, is we usually make it for kids who are still learning how to stand. That allows them to have a good support and stability as they're learning and going through milestones of their lives. Now, with the hook hand, at the time, it was not able to open and close like the one that we have now. Fast forward to the Renaissance era, the materials that were being used for prosthetics at the time was copper, iron, steel, and wood. Now, most of these materials have fallen off over the years, and we'll try to break it down as we go along with the video. But I need to mention that steel is still being used in South Africa today for prosthetics. And now, looking at the wars that have happened all over the world over the years, what would happen then is that a lot of soldiers will lose their arms, legs, and be amputated or deformed in some kind of way. And that's where the rise of prosthetics came along. That is where then they started to make a lot of prostheses themselves in the military, and these were made from leather and wood. Finally, the modern days came along, and what was discovered now was plastics, polycarbonates, resins, and laminates. Now that is what we use up until today. Now in the 2000, the prosthetics field has now even been seeing a lot of advancement with myoelectrics and legs that are battery operated, that are able to even be aligned using Bluetooth, yes, Bluetooth, with your phone or either a laptop. So you get to understand that the prosthetic industry is trying to move forward with the fourth IR, and that is quite a great way that we will be experiencing livelihood after amputation. And now I also need to mention that we sometimes do use a lot of CAD/CAM. That would mean that we would use computer aids instead of the conventional ways of hand casting to be able to get impressions for legs and the production of those things. Alright guys, I'm very excited to go on this journey with you for prosthetics, and I hope to see you again in the next episode. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe the channel. Thank you.